Well, thank you for being my first little guest on this little thing that I'm trying to do. I am calling it then Wasteland Convos, where I'm just going to talk to just horror writers and Black creatives, just bullshit for a little bit. So,
we can use bad.
Say what now?
Use bad language.
Oh yeah, that's fine. My readers know I use bad language. My wife knows bad language, so it's all good. All right. So introduce yourself to the world, or the 2 or 3 people that might be.
I'm just thinking now. I sent that thing out with the 8 o'clock, so people are going to tune in an hour from now, and it'll be over.
Yeah,
that's funny.
It'll be saved, so they should be able to find it. And then I'll send you the link of it saved, so you can share it out.
You think it's going to be good enough to subject people to? I mean, you are hosting.
Well, that's true. You are the guest, so.
Damn.
We should probably burn
I'm
it down.
the guest. My name is Alexzander Christion. I am a dark fantasy writer. I write a series called By the Hand of Dragons. It is about a boy who sets off on a journey to become a hero, and by the end of it realizes he has more in common with the villains. It's about rising to be the hero and sneaking around long enough to become the villain. It's very adult language, adult situations. There's some nasty time. There's a whole lot of very violent murders, some torture.
Violent murders and torture. I enjoy that
stuff.
Okay, so how deep is your series, right? How many books you have in it?
2 novels, 3 novellas.
Oh, 3 novellas, okay. So the novellas, there is Scales one of them, or is that that's book 2?
Yeah, Scales is a novel. Scales is a full 300-page.
Okay. So what are the novellas that we have?
The novellas are Alexzander, Saber, and Blood of the Unicorn. They're basically little stories that take place between the big novels.
Okay, that's cool. Like the little side story between the seasons of TV stuff, Z Nation.
Yeah, because you get a little time jump, because the story starts off when the hero's born. So
yeah.
Time jump till he's 10. We do another time jump into 16, and then there'll be time jumps between the books because nothing really happens in winter, and it'll be just little stories that keep the thing moving. I originally was writing the novellas because I could put them out quicker.
Yeah.
So the novellas are farther ahead than the main books.
Okay. So So let's see. I don't want to try and get the business aspect. I really just creative, story wise. I just want to see where everything is going. So why dark fantasy, or why fantasy in particular? Why is that genre you gravitate towards?
When I originally wrote this story, it was a movie. I originally wrote this as a screenplay, and a hard R. So dark fantasy kind of tend to be the place where you can do that. If you go epic fantasy or adventure fantasy, people are more thinking, the clean stuff, the Lord of the Rings, the Harry Potters. But when you start getting into stuff like Game of Thrones, when there's a lot of sex and backstabbing and torture and stuff, it tends to fall into dark fantasy.
So definitely more Game of Thrones than it is Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's like if Lord of the Rings was directed by Quentin Tarantino.
That is awesome. That should be slapped on all your books.
I think I'm going to do that.
Need that tagline somewhere. Need a quote you want me to say? It's like if Lord of the Rings was directed by Quentin Tarantino. Now you could just slap Sylvester Parsi off of him.
Oh, I was going to use the video clip, but replace your face.
Okay. So what you said the scenes are dark. I want to know what's your like, definition of dark. What was the darkest thing that's happened that you can share with everybody without spoiling? Like just say, I don't know, character A, flagpole, character B, or
I'll give it to you like this. Without making a new hole, he forces his hand inside of a person and pulls their insides out.
you got somebody being worked like a puppet like that? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
That's me street and every, oh my god.
I don't glance over it. I don't do it in like a sentence or a paragraph. I spend half a page explaining how it all goes down. You get the smells, you get the sounds, you get the sights. Yeah, we gonna go there. Anybody who talk to me understands, like, so there's some stuff wrong with me. So reading the book that I wrote is pretty much like having a conversation with me. It's an experience.
Okay. All right. So let's just think, like, what have been like some of your, like, what books or movies really speak to you when you're in your creative process?
I'm a big fan of revenge stories, because I hate the reluctant hero. Like in a movie like The Matrix, right? Neo spends 85% of the movie resisting the fact that he's the chosen one. Like, I'm not the chosen one. I just, saved the helicopter with my bare hands, or
Yeah.
I'm stopping bullets with my mind. I'm not the chosen one.
Mm-hmm.
I like a hero who accepts their fate and leans into it. Or even if not the hero, the protagonist. Like John Wick, once he decided that he was back, and then halfway, he was just fucking putting bullets in people.
Yeah.
And those are the kind of movies I gravitate to. Stuff like Ip Man, where, once he decided that he's ready to fight, he's ready to fight. And then, people just get fucked up.
Mm.
I didn't want to romanticize the violence. So the bad guys get hurt, the heroes get hurt, and it doesn't make you want to run out and try it. Like you watch Enter the Dragon, you want to run out and kick stuff.
Yeah.
But one of my books, you're like, yeah, we should probably find some peaceful solutions to things, because that was awful.
You don't want to put it in your neck no more. You don't want none of that no more.
You don't want this smoke. You really don't.
Okay. So
I really like anime. I really like over the top. So like the Star Wars movies,
mm-hmm.
all right. But if you get into the Star Wars animated series or the micro series or like the cinematics that start off the video games, they're really taking it there. You know what I mean? When I think of Jedi Master, somebody who spent their life mastering these skills, that's the level I'm picturing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of this stuff just falls short. It's just very, a lot of these guys, you say, oh, it's action-packed. It's real Nickelodeon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The movies, when you really consider what a Jedi should be, the movies don't give that justice as compared to like when you watch the animated series and you see like Yoda take a whole army and stuff. That's something. Okay. So would you say like your combat systems, are they more like martial art influenced, or would it be just kind of like Game of Thrones, straight with swords, barbaric?
So it's fairly well researched. It is realistic in the sense that the understanding of kinetics, of how they move back and forth, how you block a sword, how you would swing a sword, all that stuff is fairly realistic. But the power is where it gets over the top.
Okay.
Because like if you watch a Bruce Lee movie,
mm-hmm.
You'd think at some point his hand would break just hitting that many people that hard. But it never.
Face break first. Oh.
Yeah, probably. It's one of those things like, if you're gonna give me a brawl, if it's two guys on the street, fine, I take it for that. But if you're talking about the master of a 1,000-year-old art, Yeah, and this is the greatest one across 6,000 planets. Like, you got to put on the show for me. You know what I mean? Like, I've never understood the lack of telekinetics in the Jedi fighting. Yeah, like, I just pull your foot out from under you, and while you're stumbling, cut your hand off. Like, I don't understand all the bullshitting. They be playing around.
Okay. Okay. That's totally understandable. All right. So let's dive into your main character. Like, what's your main character name? What's this revenge aspect that's driving the story?
All right. So the main character, his name is Shifa. At the beginning of the book, he's under the impression that he's a boy, and he's just kind of happy-go-lucky. He's born into a monastery, and this is life. And on his 10th birthday, the kids are told that they were not born, that they're not human, that they are actually created by dragon magic. They are an army to prepare for this war that's coming. And he kind of loses all his mirth and all his happiness, and he gets real serious. And his goal is to become the best weapon that he can be. And after a time, he realizes that until this war happens, he doesn't have a life. His only job is to be a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going about trying to speed up the war. He wants to make this happen so he can get over with, and win or lose, he'll be dead or he'll be free.
Mm-hmm.
But all these things that he does on the way to becoming a hero, having to make tough decisions about who lives and who dies, or who you're going to sacrifice, how you're going to lose the battle to win the war. All of this stuff just kind of hardens him, and it jades him. And by the end of the series, not the end of the book, but by the end of the series,
Mm-hmm.
He is the hero he wanted to be, but it doesn't feel like he thought it would feel. He thought he was heroic, and he really just kind of feels like a Vietnam vet. You know what I mean? He's just angry and bitter and hostile and mad at stuff.
I mean, war sometimes hardens a lot of people. It changes people in a lot of ways. So, as a military veteran, I would like to say Happy Veterans Day prior. Did you get your pancake?
I did not, but I got a lovely thank you note from the CEO of my company. So that was worth absolutely nothing.
Thank you note. I want to check. Wow.
And thank you for your service. Yeah, I'm working at FedEx, and the CEO of FedEx sent out a happy Veterans. So I get this email.
Yeah.
Not even like personalized. It's like, dear employee.
Dear veteran employee.
Yeah. We are so grateful for what you've done. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I used to do it all the time, like hit up a couple places, get the free lunch, get the free breakfast. But I don't know, I'm old, and I don't like going places and doing stuff and talking to people.
Yeah, like I don't like it too. I'll go and get my lunch, but that's about it. My wife wishes that I would just roll around and get all. She's probably like the worst veteran.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, let me just get my little personal pizza and it's all there. Yeah.
There's something about just being in an environment where there aren't other people. Yeah, I mean, your family's your family, but they know what's wrong with you. You know what I mean? They know how to deal with you.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you go out in the world, you got to put on a show. You got to sing. You got to laugh at people's jokes. And,
you got to put that face on. You got to show the world that you're like happy or sane all the time. I mean, you're not really. You just want to be home. No, I understand. Okay. So, what do you have planned? Like, what do you got going on right now?
So I just finished the Reader Magnet, right? I wrote this novella. It's like 112 pages. I'm giving it away for free on a funnel, and I'm just trying to get out there. Like, I've kind of hit my threshold. Like, all of my friends and all of their friends the people who are going to buy books from me have bought books from me, and I'm trying to just break into a wider audience. It's hard to do because there are a million other people doing the same thing.
No, yeah, that's definitely true.
So I think I would try to talk to people who have an audience that I don't normally reach, like your fans.
Yeah.
And then crossover. There might be people who are reading survival horror, just for the gruesome murders. And those are my people.
Yeah.
So I got stories for them.
I'm sure people that read my book like dragons and shit. I like dragons and shit. I watched Game of Thrones. I didn't watch Game of Thrones just because of the zombies. Matter of fact, I didn't even know it was zombies until I saw the White Walker. I was like, "Those shits is zombies." And my wife was like, "What?" I was like, "This is a zombie show."
Yeah. They misrepresented this motherfucker.
Yeah, y'all told me this was fantasy. That it was elves and shit.
And I don't know why zombies don't fall under fantasy. It's like the second you put a zombie in it, it changes the genre.
I feel like zombies. Well, zombies is so like the genre itself or the term itself is so complex, included that like most of the time they don't even know what it is. Like I consider zombies horror, but I found out a lot of the readers consider it like action adventure. Post-apocalyptic is considered action adventure, which is so weird. But I guess you would. It's just because it's just so many different aspects to it. Like you look at voodoo zombies, and that would be supernatural. But then you look at Romero zombies, that sci-fi because of what up, homie? You want to say hi? So, yeah, that would be sci-fi because of like the asteroids and all this stuff. It's just weird. It's weird sometimes. But yeah, I found out just like a few months ago, like there was this big old chat in zombie groups, and they're like, "Oh no, I hate horror. I would consider zombies action adventure," and I'm sitting there like, blasphemous motherfuckers!
How dare you?
How dare you?
So, like the villain, and here's how it really hit me: the villain for the next book is a necromancer, right? And he has built his castle on the site of the biggest battlefield, so he's got all kinds of
army. Yeah.
So they're rhinos and elephants and elves and dwarves and dragons, and he's got control of all of this. And I was like, that's zombies. How is zombies not fantasy? And people are like, no, that's necromancy. That's a different. So y'all be
okay. Yeah. That's not zombies. That's witchcraft. I'm like, what?
It's dead and it got zombie.
If the end result is dead, moving, and trying to kill you, this is a zombie. Okay.
Thank you. We gotta make a dictionary because they don't seem to understand.
Man, I'm just trying to. Just as long as you buy the book, fine. Just read the book. Call it what you want. You want to call it Alice in Wonderland, zombies? Call it what you want.
Yeah, fairy tales. It's whatever.
It's fairy tales, zombies, whatever you want.
Yeah, just send me that money. I got you.
Exactly. So, what do your kids think about your books?
They think they are as demented as I am, and apparently I'm demented. Is what the kids think.
Well, I mean, at least it's staying within brain, so that's good.
Well, I think the problem is I'll have them read parts that I'm really proud of, and the I'm really proud of. They're pretty fucking demented.
Come read how Dad severed this dude's head from his body.
Yeah, so it's like there's a stagecoach, right? And it's about to go off a cliff, and dude has got a rope, and he ropes around the tree, and he wraps it around his arm, and he jumps off the stagecoach, and it just snaps his arm and tears his arm off, and he flies off the cliff anyway, because that's how that works. Like, just a whole lot of strength to just swing on a rope over a cliff. Like, got to train for that. So, like, I would write that part, and I'd be like, yo, Nyla, you got to check this out. And she would read it, and she'd be like, why? Why did you?
why can't he live? Like,
I
why,
don't.
why was that necessary?
Story is so horrible. Bring
Oh,
me something happy.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
I
But
think I'm a happy moment in the next book, just to shake things up. Just like, just a good time, like a party.
have like a 2-paragraph chapter that's just them sitting eating or something. Like, soup is good today.
2-paragraph chapter. Wow. Okay.
Soup is good today.
Yeah. Chapter 16, lunch.
I mean, you do whatever you want. I know in Planet Dead 2, it all takes place in a hotel. So chapter 13, I just wrote, did you know hotels don't have the number 13 on your elevator or floors because of superstition and blah, blah, blah. And then I moved on to chapter 14. I actually got a review. They were like, I really like the random fact on chapter 13. I was just like, yeah.
Hey, I got to educate the youth, man.
Yeah.
I love the kids. Hey, I got a question. Do you do subtitles for your chapters?
What you mean? So like chapter 1 and then the name?
No. So I'll do like chapter 1, the White Lands, and then I'll have a subtitle. It's like I picked a direction and started walking. If I were wise, I would have brought a map.
No, like sometimes I'll have a subtitle if it's like necessary. Like if I get a time jump or a flashback, then I'll be like, yeah, but no. I did have a narrator for Planet Dead 2 once, a telenovela narrator. Telenovela narrator who was narrating the whole book.
I like how you said once, like you fired him or something.
At the end of the book, he said he will not work here anymore. He said, I was told this was going to be like Jane the Virgin.
This is not. It's not like
people were dying and stuff. Don't call me. I won't call you.
Yeah, good stuff. I do that stuff. I like to do I like to stick something in there. Every place I can stick something in there.
Yeah.
So one, so I can use that creative part of myself. Like I like to make little icons, and you'll know who the chapter is about based on the little chapter icon I'll put up there. And I get to design little like sigils and stuff. So that's cool. But I like to write on 2 or 3 layers. Like if you watch who made Incredibles?
Pixar and Disney.
Right. So if you watch a Pixar movie, there'll be jokes that everybody gets, and then there'll be jokes that only the parents get. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Different levels. So I try to write that way, and I throw in a lot of references, a lot of pop culture references. I'll put in lines from songs or lines from movies, but in a way that if you don't get it, you don't realize that it was a joke that you didn't get. You know what I mean? But if you get it, you're like, okay.
I see what you.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, that's cool.
I want that rereadability. You know what I mean? I want it to be if you go back through the book, I want you to be able to find something you hadn't found before.
Yeah.
Because I've read books, most of the books that I read, I'll go back and I'll read 2 or 3 chapters. You know what I mean? Like this fight scene was done well, or this emotional scene was done well. But I very rarely do I want to read the whole book all over again, and I want to give people the most I can.
My son's a bully, man.
Yeah.
He's a straight bully.
Well, his dad's fascinated with dead people, so.
Oh, yeah. Nobody believes me. They be like, oh, he's so cute. No.
Nah, that's just company.
On him, he's just like, what the fuck are you doing here? Open this door.
Like my kids, I go to like PTA meetings and like, oh, she's so sweet and well behaved and it's like for home, and you keep the one I got because this chick is garbage.
Man. Okay, so All right. Have you seen The Harder They Fall? It's on Netflix. The Black Western that just came out.
No,
Oh,
no.
oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
You're just talking about like Easter eggs and stuff they hide, and one of the stagecoach in the beginning that they begin to do is a Bozeman, and that was their tribute to Bozeman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was awesome. Like
I love.
yeah,
I think tomorrow the wife is off. I'm gonna make her spend some time with me. Like she be wanting to enjoy herself, but I don't like when she enjoy herself. So I'm gonna make her spend time with me.
that's when you be like, see this? You see this?
You signed up.
You have to spend time with me.
The law.
Just be busting in when my wife wants her private time. It's like, oh, I'm watching so and so on like Bravo. Not today. We're watching so and so on Bravo. Who the hell is this?
The face though, not today. You do that your time. This is my time.
It's my time. We're gonna spend time together. I'm pretty sure she's ready to like ship me off ever since I've been home. Like, cause now I'm home full time. I'm trying to make a full on run at this writing thing, and I'm pretty sure she's just like, I missed when you were at fucking work. You're just
Yeah. What do I got here? All right. So I know we was gonna run this thing for about an hour, but I actually got the 20% power notification on my phone. Hey, look, man, I'm in a tight spot. Anybody got watching? My computer sprayed me. So I'm waiting for a new computer to arrive. So everything is just kind of busted and janky, and like I'm doing an interview on my phone. It ain't good. So like, pray. I don't deserve nice things, but I want them. So just pray, just like, hook him up.
Well, before your little phone dies, do you have what are your books that you could show on screen or something?
Oh yeah, because the covers is killing.
All right.
Oh. So this is Alexzander, right? If you're gonna hop into the series, I recommend starting with this.
Okay.
So basically, it takes place in the present, and then after that, we jump back to the beginning, kind of like in a prequel situation, so you can see what's going on there. Okay. This is gonna be
ooh.
And what? What are you doing?
What'd you do? Oh.
I'm just hard. Right, so this is gonna be a big doorstop that's really gonna introduce you to the world and how it's going and yada 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 yada. This one, Blood of the Unicorn. This is one of the novellas that takes place after the big battle, right? And the hero and the love interest go off on a honeymoon and they have their own adventure. And that's when we get to see just how grown up they really done got. So I recommend that one. This one is Saber. Okay. This was my favorite one to write because it's pretty much just a 200-page action scene. It's fantastic. It is the most dramatic, unnecessary, over-the-top, back-breaking action. And in every book, I never repeat the action. So like, just sitting down and coming up with things that I'd never done before. Yeah. And I actually dedicated it because most of them, I dedicate to the wife because she put up with me. But this one, boom. This one is for me. So when you sit down and you read that and you try not to throw up on the page because it's just so grotesque what I'm doing to people, I just want you to know I'm proud of that. Like I spent a lot of time making sure you feel that way. Okay, so with the level of violence that you got going, if what streaming platform or what person do you think would pick this up and make it into a series of movies or something? Um, I'm thinking somebody like Amazon or somebody like Netflix would
Yeah.
really have a go for it. Because I do write for an audience. Like Game of Thrones kind of made it mainstream, but it fantasy really wasn't mainstream for a lot of people for a lot of years. And I'm not quite on that level as far as how wide an audience I would appeal to.
Mm-hmm.
If you like action movies, if you like anime, if you like martial arts, I think you're going to like these books. And the characters who they're not whining, they're not crying about it. Like they made their peace with it. They're
Yeah.
almost like soldiers. They go out and like, this is the mission. Let's do it. You know, you raise your sword against me, it's going to end bad for you. And then they don't even feel bad. Like they go home and they sleep good. It's good stuff.
Okay. I feel like Amazon would be a good place because it sounds like what is it? Invincible meets Game of Thrones.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I absolutely love that. So like when the comic came out and I was talking to people about Invincible, it's like it's too much. It's over the top. It's ridiculous. And I was like, this is life.
Yeah.
This is what my heart has been needing.
Yeah.
I mean,
there are people out there that'll be like, oh, you don't need this, or you don't need, but you need to always remember that the world is a lot bigger than just who's around you. Like
right.
It might not be their, but there are thousands of people that are just like rip his fucking head off. Yeah, do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like, so I don't understand the whole Superman thing, like why it even matters. So if you're gonna punch somebody through a building, they don't even get a nosebleed. Why have you ruined the city for nothing? Like what are you doing?
I think he has like a backdoor partnership with insurance companies or something. Like, because there really is no reason for him to always destroy Metropolis. Like everybody's like, Superman's our golden child. If I was the mayor, I'd be like, he's a fucking menace and he needs to go.
He would turn me into J. Jonah Jameson. Be like,
Yeah.
oh, I hate him. Gotta get him out.
I know. Jameson getting on Spider-Man, let him live in Metropolis. He'd be on his Lex Luthor shit real quick. Like, no.
And yo, like when you watch Dragon Ball, you realize they take the fight to the desert. They have the stuff to take the fight to the. They just killing. That's somebody's car, right? Like, dude can't go to work now because you decided to slap Doomsday with his little VW bug. That's all he could afford.
Dragon Ball's a perfect example because Goku will show up and be like, "Are you ready for this?" Let's go off to the desert so we can fight. Got the villain looking like, "Fuck you! What are you talking about?"
Well, I'm not a monster.
He's like, I don't want to destroy the city. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, like, who raised you? Good God. Killed 300 people, ain't have nothing to do with it. Yeah, they got issues.
Yeah.
Another thing I like to subvert tropes, right? So you ever read that, like, in all of Lord of the Rings, right? Or even in all Game of Thrones, how often did the police show up? Like, people are killing people in the streets. Where the cops at? City guard? Something? No.
You mean those random bodies that would show up so they could get 86 and whatnot?
Like you was just getting bodied, like right in front of the bathhouse, and they just left you there, and like, ain't nobody say nothing. Like,
I always had a book that I wanted to write, and it would be from like the henchman's point of view.
Right.
And that would work for the guard too. Just like, I want the world to be this whole massive thing, and it just be like a henchman in Gotham, just like,
yeah, like no.
I want to go in today. Like,
I always wonder about the last dude, right? So it's like Batman versus 10 dudes.
Yeah.
And he straight fuck 9 dudes up. And then the last dude like still put up his fist. Like, what are you thinking? What is wrong with you?
Oh, there's this TikTok. They're just sharing the old Batman animated cartoon, cartoon thing, but there's this one henchman, he's walking down this hallway, and he hears a noise, and he opens the door, he's like, what's going on? And you see Batman coming through the window.
Yeah.
And he closes the door. They were like, what happened? He said, nothing. And he just were walking off.
Yo, the boy got sense.
Man, I'm gonna take the job, but if Batman shows up, I'm leaving. I'm not invested whatsoever in this.
They did that in Iron Man 3. Like, once he finally got the suit after they kidnapped him, he was like, look, I don't even like these guys. Son, you just lasered him in the face. I don't need that in my life. I'm good.
What we're doing is illegal, so I'm not even feeling like I got paid yet. Like, so I have no loyalty whatsoever to this supposed paycheck that's gonna come.
I never even thought about that. Like, do they get like, how does that work?
Like, I guess it depends on the villain, because Joker's not paying you, period. Regardless if he got money, he's not paying you. You're there out of fear. I feel like henchmen just wake up in the middle of the night and Joker's like, you're mine.
Like, Barley, get up, let's go. Like, oh shit.
Yeah. I feel like Penguin would have had to pay you. I'm not fucking hanging around with Penguin unless you pay me first. It's like,
well, according to the guy, Penguin was the man for a minute. There was a time. No, you just can't see.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just the way Penguin is drawn. I, as a henchman, just would not fully respect him enough to be like, yes, yes, sir, I'm gonna do this. So you gotta pay me first. Like, now, if it was like Bane, and Bane's like, oh, once we hit this bank, you gonna get your payday. I'm gonna be like, all right, Bane, I'll wait.
Right.
I'll wait on my paycheck.
That's really the safest option you got.
Most definitely.
He mad large before he even turned on the juice. He like 6'6", 300 pounds. Like,
Bane, he don't need the steroids. So it's just extra. It's just kind of like, why'd you even do that? You was already towering over me. Robin come into a fight, he's just like, Robin's like, you didn't need that. I'm 12 years old. Like, what the fuck's going on right now?
What you expecting to happen, bro?
He's just like juicing up. It's like, just in case Batman shows up. All right, calm down.
Breathe, son. Whoa. And I'm trying to figure out how to make him taller. A juice that make you taller? That's
your bones grow and everything. Well, that's true. How did it make you taller?
You finna die. You finna have a heart attack, a stroke. It's about to be bad.
Mm-hmm. All those villains, they all messed up. They got some serious PTSD now. I know they can't walk down the alley without thinking Batman's there.
Yeah, they traumatized.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what's fun, like, Batman will put the hands on you before he asks you the questions. So like, bro, I was gonna tell you.
It's just so crazy because it's like, oh, Riddler, Joker, we put you in Arkham, henchman. I might put you in the grave. I don't know. It depends if the doctor was good enough to save your life. Like, I jumped from the fucking building onto your shoulders. I hope you're okay. Like, what? Like, I know my name's not in the credits, but I live like
I'm somebody's child. I'm somebody's child. Please don't treat me like this.
I know. That's why I always loved the scene in the animated series when they talked about why Dick Grayson became Nightwing, and it was because he saw Batman just beating the holy hell out of some henchmen in front of the henchman's son, and I was just like, that's realistic. Like, this man's not doing it because, hell, I just love money and I want to help Riddler do this. Like, no, he got to pay some bills. And then the little kid's like, Daddy. And then Robin's like, we need to go. And I'm just like,
walk again.
No. They never touched back on that kid, but I'm pretty sure you made a supervillain that night. Like, He's at lunch. Everybody's like, Batman's awesome. Slap. Shut the
Yeah.
fuck.
I'll kill him. I'll kill him if it's the last thing I do.
One day I'll murder Batman.
Oh man. Oh, good times.
Bruce Wayne in his hospital bed and sees this doctor.
You don't remember me, do you?
But I told you your time was coming.
Oh,
Get that insulin shot.
not good. It's not a good situation. This
I
an
took
incredible amount more than I thought it would be. This has been a ridiculous amount of fun.
Yeah, definitely. It's always fun to just sit down, talk to a friend, and just dive into their world. I just want to.
It makes me wonder, like, you know, maybe the chemistry was there and it was some other element holding it back.
I ain't gonna do that. Ooh. You getting off my show now. Tell the people where tell people where they can find your books and find all your stuff at.
My name is Alexzander Christion. That's AlexZander Christion. Alexzander Christion. The series is By the Hand of Dragons. That's my Twitter handle. I got a Facebook page.
I know, Victoria.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a call as soon as this over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dragons.com. It's got it's got progress on the next book. It's got the books in the order you should read them in. It's character profiles so you can see what they look like, get their backstory, see what their superpowers. It's a one-stop shop for everything about, the little world I've created.
Mm-hmm.
But By the Hand of Dragons, that'll get you to me anywhere. Twitter, IG,
okay.
MeWe.
The fuck is a MeWe? What is that?
It was supposed to be the competition for Facebook. It never really took off. But I was like, I'm gonna go get the name while I can get it. You know what I mean? In case it blow up. It ain't blow up.
MeWe.
I'm not making it up. It's some real shit. You gotta look that.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Half the traffic of MySpace.
I'm gonna have your link up in my bio for about a week till we do the next episode. And I just want everybody to go out there, go get some dragons and shit. Go check out my boy's stuff, dark fantasy, get it going. Invincible meets
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. There you go. I was gonna say Lord of the Rings, but I was like, we above that now. We above that.
Yeah. Because that's gonna be. Yeah, I'll throw some incest in the next book. Fuck it.
And we say goodnight. All right, brother. See you.